In this video, we're going to go over the MLS waiver. So if you're at the MLS home screen and you go links, you want to go forms and documents. And then you can scroll down about in the middle of the page. We'll have the online and printable version of the waiver. So for our purposes, we're going to go to the online version. And this will automatically submit to MLS compliant. There is now no longer a need to submit the physical copy signed by the seller to compliance. However, it is required that the agent has that available if they do request it, and it needs to be signed by the seller. So you can print the other version out as well and make sure the agent fills that out accordingly. So before we get into how to fill this form out, just a couple notes on the MLS waiver. It is intended to be used when the agent wants to advertise the property before it is live in MLS. So this would involve a coming soon sign, media on Facebook, other social medias. We're doing print advertising either in magazines or postcards, things of that nature. So if the agent is just not ready to have the property go live, this would not be the route to take for that. In that case, we would want to do an OMD listing with a future on market date as opposed to doing the waiver. The reason being is that with the waiver, when we do finally submit it into MLS, we will have to put the list date starting from when it was signed or what the list date on the contract is. And in that case, when it does go live, it will have days on market accruing from that point. So the first part here is you're going to fill out the seller information, agent ID, office MLS ID, and kind of just follow that. And then property information, and then the dates for the contract, as well as when you would like the waiver to expire. And just note with the expiration, by the time it does expire, it will need to be in MLS, not required to be live, but it would need to be submitted. All right, and then by clicking here, we're clicking and making sure that we're certifying that the seller is acknowledging the waiver submission. And then you would put their names here as needed. And then again, you would just be able to submit here. If you did miss any of the boxes, if you hover over the submit button, it will let you know what you are missing. And then from there, MLS compliant has been notified of the waiver, and you can go about advertising the property and then entering it into MLS either when the seller and agent are ready or when the waiver expires.